Hello, good evening, and welcome to Unique Messages, one of a kind messages. Today, I decided to go ahead and um, already shuffle and pick out some cards because it takes a long time sometimes to shuffle on camera, and my readings tend to go a little long. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, okay? So I'm not really sure we're freestyling this today. Most likely, it's gonna talk about things. Usually, it's things that we need to see that we're not seeing within about ourselves, or things that are wanting our attention. So let's go ahead and see what we have today, and let's get started with. Let's see this one here. This one's from the Sacred. No, I'm sorry. This one's from the Lantern Oracle. And it says responding, not reacting. The only control we have is in the how we respond to the hand we are dealt. Okay, and there's like a little girl that's, I guess, I don't know, it looks like she's backhanding, or no, I don't think she's backhanding her. She's just on top of this other little girl, and I don't know. This is talking about how, like, to practice having a little bit of emotional intelligence and taking a time to respond instead of reacting. So when something's triggering us or angering us, or even in an emotional way, making us feel sad or hurt, instead of overreacting, it's better to take a minute to be able to respond so that we don't regret that later, I suppose. So I'm going to put this right up here. Actually, I'm going to put this right here. And let me read a little bit about that in the book, what it says. And we have number 9. So let's see, number 9. So, okay, so it says here, children cannot control their emotions. Developmentally, their capacity is limited to reflect reaction until the energy is physically released. As a maiden to the left illustrates, this is why the mother guardian, crone, or male guardian equivalent is crucial to a child's first 8 years of life. The child is dependent upon the guardian to acknowledge, validate, and hold space for the reality of the child's emotional experience. Okay, so when the guardian lovingly models for the child how to constructively respond to a full spectrum of uncomfortable emotions, the child learns how to deal with them effectively. Ideally, the guardian will calmly and appropriately support the child until an uncomfortable emotion abates. It is most helpful when the guardian names an emotion, emphasizes with the child, and gives assurance that all is or will be okay. When constructive advice is offered on how to restore the equilibrium or to achieve some form of reconciliation or resolution, the child learns how to process and think in terms of moving forward from upsetting situation. There's no end to how much is modeling and mentoring and guidance from a guardian beneficially equips the child for dealing with life throughout every step of it. Emotional support is necessary from a guardian until a child develops a capacity of independence to self-regulate when in distress. Okay. So you might benefit from responding rather than reacting to a certain person, group, or situation, while your survival mechanism triggers reactive emotions that provide valuable feedback, not negative situation to the double negative. Therefore, the maidens encourage you to step away and take time out to consider how you might react. Okay, so the message is remain in your self-control and therefore integrity as you assert yourself with respect and consideration to all parties involved. If a person or a circumstance cannot or will not meet you halfway, empower yourself by walking away. As you leave, feel your emotions and empathize with yourself. Let any uncomfortable emotion be acknowledged and energetically released in a safe space. And through your preferred form of movement, take what is meant to be learned and then comfortable experience and use it to assist you in going forward positively. Okay, well, that was a pretty deep message there. All right. So let's move forward here, and let's see what we have this one. Love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Let me put this one over here. Okay. Then we have Pluto, rebirth. Pluto, rebirth. Put that right up here. We have sacred breath and sound. The life force communication. This is number 10. So let me go ahead and take a look in this book also. See if it has, there's a, and this one's from the Priestess of Light, okay? So let's see what the message is there, just so you could get a deeper message on that one. Okay. Okay, sacred breath and sound. This priestess of breath and life brings the light of the dolphin to you. This important totem, as long has been a symbol of life and force embodied in the breath and movement and sound. This card is telling you to bring the dolphin's easy flowing pattern to breathe to your life's force at this time. Healing is available to you now on both physical and personal levels. Deep breathing can relieve stress and initiate the acceleration of healing, and the rise to resonate the vibration and to accelerate healing. Okay, as your chi or life source. So if there is a physical issue or personal pattern that you want to resolve, send some time to do some deep breathing and meditation, and let yourself feel the fluid of peace, the peaceful influence that it brings to your body. Another sacred energy heralded by this card is a resonance sound. Dolphins have a special way of communicating, sending clicks and responding to reverberations. This card is calling you to pay attention to how you communicate with yourself and others. The aqua blue colors in the card are reinforced in the importance of this message, vibrating with energy of the fifth throat chakra in your soul's directive honor to express your self-expression. If you find it difficult to speak up, start by venting your difficult feelings in a journal, and this healing process lends to greater courage of expression in the future. It's time for you to share your feelings, your voice, your requests, and honor your right to speak out. Take a deep breath and practice communicating openly with others. The resonance of your breath and sound will soon move you forward in freedom, fluidity, and sparkling joy of the dolphin's magical energy. Affirmation: I breathe deeply and express myself. My sound, my breath are sacred to me. I breathe deeply and express myself. My sound and my breath are sacred to me. Very beautiful. Okay, so that's talking about holding yourself with love, and also, expressing yourself and how you're feeling and what you're feeling. Opening up that throat chakra. Okay, so let's see here. We have the radical rebirth, and this one is with the African goddess, number 5, right here. So let me go ahead and get the deeper message for you guys with that one. Okay, and that is rebirth, number 5. Okay, and this one is the goddess of radical birth, and it's Shona Zimbabwe, Temple of Ancestors, air element. Born around 1840, Shawe Naika Sinkana, channeled in Mahandoro, the ancient royal lion spirit, named Nehanda, who has been incarnated by revolutionary Shona women for the last 500 years, heralded as Mambuya Nehanda, godmother. This is a great ancestress, was a healer who declared war against colonial occupation. Okay, the guidance says, yes, you can stop the struggle. You can choose at any moment to start over and be reborn. Like the sun, you might rise again and again. Embodiment. Dust yourself off and move forward. Go forward again. Life is about to transition and change. You will fall on your face and change your mind. And you will need to come back again and again. Release the idea that you messed up if things aren't perfect. Stop waiting to be ready. Make new choices and decisions. Still I rise is a declaration. Still I rise. Okay, so she's talking about like not being. So what if you fall? You fall and you get back up, as many times as it takes, right? It is going to be a struggle, but that's what the change is all about: is moving forward and coming back again if you need to, and that's how you rise, right? Making new choices and new decisions. You can't keep doing the same thing if you want different results, right? Okay. So next we have the Pluto energy, number 22. And Pluto is the energy of death and rebirth, okay? It's the energy, the planet of death and rebirth, literally, okay? So that really resonates well. And here we have, this person has sexual addictions, okay? And then we'll go ahead and grab these. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. We have the 7 of Cups, which could be like, it could be confusion, illusion. It could also be, oh, that's light turned off. Interesting. Okay. It could also be like, you know, having, not knowing what to pick, because, you know, there's plenty of choices there to pick from in the different cups. But the cups are not all good stuff. Like, one has a heart, one has like a skull, one has a snake, you know, one has a flower. It just depends. One has poop on it. So it really is just about sometimes being, like, you know, being confused, or having you know, like a fantasy mind, or just kind of an illusion. All right. And then we have here, this one here, it says no work, but then back here it says help needed. Okay, so it's like focusing on the part of no work, or on the poverty mindset, or just on the mindset of whatever's lacking, and not really like paying attention to the possibilities over here. Okay. And then we have also the cup of love, which is the Ace of Cups. Okay, the cup of love. So let's continue here, and then we'll come back to those. See, the lighting kind of stopped on me, so I have to kind of improvise. Okay. And then we have here, do you feel the need to control, and why? When I'm right, I don't care to hear other ones out, or what I think I'm right. And then triggers are plus healing equals growth. What is this telling you? Okay. We have hiding feelings. Find the courage to express your feelings. They might feel the same. And then we have here, you are being a pick-me. Put attention on other things. Go out with friends and find other things to do. And then here with a Moonlight with a Moonlight Oracle, we have cycles and patterns. Cycles and patterns. We'll put this right here. Cycles and patterns. Let me put that. Cycles and patterns. And then we have listen. Okay. We'll put that right here. Listen. Uh-oh. And we have shine bright. The light is inside you through the darkness. Through your darkest hour, the light is inside of you. The light is within you. And then we have, lastly but not least, we have time is now. No more procrastination. Action is now needed. Okay. So what we're talking about here looks like, in a nutshell, we have back here Pluto rebirth. Okay. Pluto rebirth we have. And then we have Pluto right here also. Okay. So we're talking about rebirth already in these cards. And then this one is also talking about Pluto rebirth. And number 5 is all about change, or change that is conflict that is brought upon to create change. You know, so change could be made. Okay. We have Pluto, and then we have number 9, the rebirth. We have 22 here with Pluto also. Okay. So here is a strong signification of rebirth for sure. Okay. Death and rebirth, of needing to maybe take acknowledgement of these different aspects of ourselves, right? Okay. So, and here we're talking about hiding our feelings, and being a pick-me, or feeling like, you know, self-pity, wallowing in our self-pity, which would also, you know, be like this card here, wallowing in the problems instead of like finding solutions. You know, it's easy sometimes for us to fall into that rut, and it could happen to all of us, right? We've all been through that. So we're going to put this right here. These go together. All right. And then we have, we'll put this one right here. The sacred breath and sound. And this one's talking about communication and expressing yourself and your chakra, allowing yourself to express what you're feeling. So that would be like loving, right? Like having that cup of love along with this one right here with love, like loving yourself enough to allow yourself to express, and to allow yourself to be open with yourself, and to commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, and the good in yourself as well. And this one talks about, you know, the dolphin, and how the dolphin brings its fun, free loving character, right? So a part of that is having that light, and then using that magic within us, using your throat chakra, which is your birthright, right? To be able to express yourself, and to be a sovereign individual, to be able to share your feelings and what it is that they matter, right? That you matter. So we have here, shine bright, exactly. So it's like reaching into this light that's within us, so that we could allow that to shine in even the darkest times. The cycles, okay? So maybe here, we're talking here about it's talking about triggers, and it's talking about, so triggers would go hand in hand with this one here, responding instead of reacting, right? And it talks about how as a child, maybe the inner child wasn't nurtured enough or supported to feel safe in an environment to express themselves, right? So maybe that could go here too, like with, you know, the inability to express yourself accurately, right? And triggers and healing is right here, okay? Listen to yourself, listen to what you're feeling, listen to your story, you know, and go ahead and feel like you could release that outward. We have, do you feel the need to control? And when I'm right, I don't care about others. These could be shadow aspects over here, okay? This person has sexual addictions. Maybe maybe you express yourself in a feel more comfortable expressing yourself in a physical way, you know, a sexual way, rather than you know, allowing yourself to be intimate in a sense of communication, and in a more platonic way, right? So let's see here. What else do we have? I'm gonna grab a couple more here. So because there is a retrograde to it, this is a time to review what's going on, to review what it is that's necessary to be able to close out cycles and patterns. And we have lingering trauma. Past trauma is affecting you. And then we also have here, the universe knows not words, but frequency. Align to the frequency of what you want. So again, this is, you know, really being open with yourself, and being true to the expression of yourself and your heart, and what it is that you're wanting and what you're feeling in a very authentic way, okay? And then what you think you attract. So mind your thoughts, okay? We have here repeating cycles, not learning the lesson. So we don't want to be we don't want to be repeating these cycles and patterns. I mean, it's okay to receive them and to be in those as much as you need to learn. But I mean, we would rather learn before, I mean, so we don't have to keep on going through the same cycles, obviously, that are painful. And we do have also here the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So the Wheel of Fortune is a card that talks about you know, closing out cycles, and closing out you know, closing out the cycles, and the wheel turning. Is it going to turn in your favor or not? You know, what side of the wheel are you going to be on? So this is talking about allowing the wheel to turn, and allowing for the death and rebirth. So the death of everything of all this stuff that's self-limiting, of all these things that are not true about ourselves, right? About, you know, not feeling worthy or loved, not feeling like you know, your inner child was able to express themselves, not able to really say what's in your heart, what's inside, and use your throat chakra. Is, you know, it looks like it's blocked, right? So this is like putting an end to all of that, and integrating that to the self, so that the wheel could turn, and there could be more of this love for oneself, and love for others, and you're able to better meet yourself in a situation in which, instead of focusing on the negative, you could turn this around and focus on the, oh, there's help wanted right there. All I need to do is turn around, okay? The answer is right around the corner. Like, help is right around the corner, okay? So did I miss any here? Okay. So let me pull a little bit more here. Okay, the High Priestess. So using the intuition. Okay, you're making sure that we're using our intuition and listening to what is being said. Okay, you could also be a very intuitive. You could have, like, you know, psychic abilities. You might be somebody that knows things, and you just know, you just know, but you don't say. So maybe maybe it's like wanting to open up to that a little bit more, you know, allowing this cup of water, the water, to really heal you and open you up to your truth, and to your eye, to what you're seeing, not allowing yourself to be you know, to be swayed by other people and by what their beliefs are, and just kind of being true to yours, and knowing that whatever it is that is your truth is your own, and it's okay to speak your mind, and it doesn't matter if other people don't agree with you. Okay, so that's the Knight of Wands. So, you know, taking that energy of being a little bit more, you know, ready to go, taking action with things, and having a little bit more of an adventure. Looking at things with creativity, and taking on that that fire that burns within. Okay, this one here talks. This one is the Devil card, and it talks about temptation, and it talks about, you know, overindulging in situations, or obsession, or addictions, hence the sexual addiction. It doesn't necessarily mean like, oh my gosh, I'm such an addict, and, you know, all I do is watch porn and have sex all the time. No, it could just be that maybe there's a overindulgence in the sexual act due to an inability to have intimacy on a more emotional level, perhaps, you know. However it resonates with you. So here we have the Queen of Swords, and this is the Queen of Truths, and she was upside down. So it's like you haven't really been taking that sword to really cut the things off, trim the fat off of what doesn't work, what won't be needed, what no longer resonates with you. So we're gonna take this Queen, and we're gonna turn her upright, because with that and our intuition, and with taking this fiery based attitude here, having that love for oneself, okay, seeing the positive in the negative, and with the Wheel of Fortune, letting it turn in our favor, okay, so that we could take on the better things and the more positive things in our life now, giving us a new getting in the car and taking off to our new path, our new life, so that we could see the sun. The sun is all about happiness. It's what nurtures us. It's the illumination of the warmth, right? It's the happiness, and it's what gives us that, you know, that really beautiful feeling of sun-kissed skin, you know, the little warmth that feels so good after being in the AC all day from the sun. The sun is what gives us all our the nutrients, right? We all need, everything needs the sun to survive. So the sun is a happy card, okay? And then we also have here the Four of Wands, which has to do a lot with finding our stability, finding a stable ground, so that one can, you know, build upon and start like a new aspect of life, in which, you know, you're coming into a place of stability, and coming into a place of the finishing line of finishing off old patterns and things that no longer serve us, right? And the moon is there illuminating this to you. And yes, all of these ones that are painted, I made them. And then we have the Death, because we're putting a death to what no longer serves us, okay? Putting a death to the things that are keeping us down, that are weighing us down, that are no longer serving purpose, that they served before in our life. Closing off those patterns, right? Putting a death so we could rebirth. Again, the Death card has to do with Pluto, with Scorpio. It's for something to die, for it to be reborn, okay? And I'm just pulling these cards just for confirmation, just to tie everything together, and just because they're kind of cute. And then here we have the Queen of Pentacles, okay? If you notice, I don't know if you could tell, because, you know, you might be able to tell with my art, but this is a tree. It's a tree, and there's the crown, and she has pentacles, which are like the coins, you know, that are growing from her tree there, and she's abundant. She grows this. She has the ability to be stable, to be grounded, to be rooted, and to have a fruitful harvest of for herself and for her family and for others. She's very nurturing. She's able to provide nurture and love and abundance from herself. Okay, so that's really beautiful. Okay, let me get a couple more here. So it's like putting an end to those things and sailing to calmer waters. Okay, so this person, she got on her boat and she's sailing away with the swords, with the swords that she collected, with the lessons that she's learned from these hard times, and she's sailing towards the sun over here, towards the calmer waters. Over here it's a little bit more tumultuous, and over here it's calmer. She's going into the sunset. Okay, so she's leaving behind her problems. She's learned the lessons, and she's leaving behind the pain, and she's going to a brighter time. Okay. And again, we have here the world, which is the world and the angel there. So it's like kind of just reiterating that and the moon there again shining, illuminating these things, that the cycles are over. Okay. Here is the Queen of Cups. This is the Queen of Emotions, the queen that is loved that can love and can be loved. Okay. And it looks like maybe she's crying there because she is a very emotional queen. But it's like, even though the queen has, feels and is empathetic and is able to feel for others and everything, she's still very emotionally intelligent. Okay. And she knows that she could pick back up and start anew. Right. So now it's like healing and allowing yourself to be emotionally balanced again. Okay. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is a slow moving knight, but here it's on top of a turtle. Okay, the turtle is slow, and the pentacle, so that's representing slowly but surely. This is moving forward, and healing is taking place, and rebuilding. Okay, from maybe a place of a structure that maybe felt a little lacking. Okay, from limiting beliefs and lacking mentality. Okay, so maybe integrating people again and friends again, having some cheer and spirit, maybe, celebrating, okay, with those drinks there, reaching victory with the Six of Wands, reaching victory, being victorious in the situation. Okay, we have the Empress here, so it's like the Empress is always fertile. Okay, she has the world in her hand, or in her womb, I guess, because she births things all the time. She's a creator. She creates life. She creates, things. She creates projects. She creates ideas. She does have the crown on her head. She has a fire. She has the earth. She holds the truth. Okay, the moon, right? So it's like she has the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Wands all together. She's all four queens. It's embodying all of this. It's like mastering those things, mastering your emotions, getting into a place of confidence, mastering your emotions and mastering your love and ability to love, right? And healing, so that your heart space is open again. And that's the Queen of Cups. Learning your truth, cutting away things that no longer serve you, and being able to walk in alignment, to walk in your integrity, with a sword, like the Queen of Swords. And then we have the Queen of Wands up here, which is, being in your fire, your creativity, going after what you want, action. And even though the Empress is somebody that doesn't chase, she attracts, she still embodies that aspect. Okay, where she does get what she wants, and she doesn't really have to try hard for it, because she embodies all of that. She's healed, right? So it's like she's in alignment with the frequency and with what it is that she wants to bring forward towards her. And then we have also, the moon, that has to do with the Queen of Cups, like I said, with emotions and with the intuition. And we have the world here, which is with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, she's the earth. She's all about the earthly things, and like the tree that we showed here, being abundant and nurturing. Okay, so that's really beautiful. I think I'm gonna leave it there because it's getting kind of long there. Let me just go ahead and pull a self-love oracle here. Okay, we have elevate, support, the gift of knowing. So your third eye chakra should be really opening up here, your intuition, which we did have here the High Priestess. Okay, the High Priestess sees all and knows all. She knows things. She doesn't always talk. Okay, she stays quiet with the things she knows, but she sees things. She's very psychic. She's very intuitive. Okay, so hence her third eye, and it does talk here about your third eye. Okay, so that might be opening. The gift of knowing is something that one of your blessings that might be coming in. Okay, elevate and support, change, and miracles, which we're talking about the rebirth. Okay, so that's right there. And then with our solar plexus, clarity. So bringing that confidence back in. Okay, a lot of this yellow energy, a lot of that love for oneself. Okay, prosperity. And then we have honoring cycles, which we also talked about with the patterns and cycles. So things are tying in really lovely here. It's really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and end it there. But before we do, I always do this. I'm gonna pull one of these Frida cards because they're really pretty, and they have to do with the creativity. Let me see. So this is the one that came out here for you. And it says, let every gesture show the world your blooming, fragrant heart. Let every gesture show the world your blooming, fragrant heart. And again, that goes hand in hand with, letting every gesture show the love and abundance that that is blooming from you, right? The Empress energy just spewing out into the world and sharing that. So that was your reading, and I'm going to go ahead and end it there because I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It was very beautiful. It was a very nice reading for you. And yes, these are my cards that I made myself. You'll find that I tend to do that a lot, as well as my little eye here. So you might not always know what to expect, but you could expect truth and a lot of learning and a lot of healing, okay, and a lot of open heart space here in my channel. But I'm always using different cards and trying to create things. Creativity is very important. Creativity is a very good way to transmute energy. So whenever you're feeling a certain way, a good way to have that to assist with that rebirth is allowing yourself to express, whether it's through painting, through drawing, through cooking, through dancing, through singing, whatever it is that you could create. Creating is essential to transmutation of energy. So you could transmute and to transform that energy into positive energy, and it also help with your healing process. So with that being said, if you are interested in a private reading, I do those too, or any kind of coaching, I do that also. I will put my information in the description box below, and thank you so much. Until next time.